Forget them. So I'm just going to ask you, what's the one thing you would make sure they take from this when they leave it from wherever you sit, whether it's board or superintendent, wherever you research, whatever. Anyone want to start off? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I can start. When I came, excuse me, to the board, I didn't have any education background at all. All I knew was I was a community guy. I knew nonprofit. I knew business, and I knew how to bring people together. And so one of the things that I did as a board member was entrench myself into education. As far as serving on additional task force within the state, being a part of our legislative committee for the district to be able to advocate on the behalf of not just CFER, but the state of Delaware's education, connecting with the governor's office and just other educators to be able to collect the dots, to connect the dots.
Right.
So I could be strategic to help my district in the midst of it. And I think having the diversity that we have within our board, not just color-wise, but also professional background, I think that those things help propel the district because in the beginning, it wasn't pretty. Like, you guys are seeing the success, right? So it wasn't pretty at all. But at the same regard, if Dr. D has, we had a situation where we had a community member that wants to do some things or whatever. Dr. D, she can call one of us and say, hey, do you have the contact to this or whatever, so we can make sure that this is taken care of for this person. We probably all have direct contact to our Secretary of Education, like on a first name basis, cell phone, or whatever the case may be. Delaware's small enough to do that. You may not be able to do that in your states, but Delaware, you're connected to your local politicians, to your state representatives, to your state senators, and congressional delegation. We can call them and they'll come to us, or whatever the case may be. So for me, as a board member, I got entrenched to learn what education was in the midst of it, and then made myself educated with going to school myself. You know what I mean? So as you know, I'm mentoring, like I would mentor into the schools. On Wednesdays, I'll mentor our young men in the middle school and high schools. And so as they're talking, the state has its own professional development. So I was a part of all those things. School finance is a big thing to learn that most of us don't understand. So educating myself on those things. So I made myself entrenched in what our educators, our directors, and what they were doing, so I could be a better board member.
Thank you. Next, someone else.